All right, when a huge political figure gets assassinated, you think you know how the story goes. But what happens when the main suspect is the last person on earth anyone would expect? Before we dive into this absolute madness, smash that subscribe button because you are not going to want to miss this. So picture this. Charlie Kirk, a massive conservative star, is shot and killed. Instantly, the internet just explodes. And the story is set in stone, right? It had to be a hit from the left. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense on the surface. Or does it? So the theory everyone was running with was pretty straightforward. Kirk was a giant in the MAGA world, always in the middle of controversy, so who else would have a motive? The battle lines were drawn, the story practically wrote itself. But then, the first clue dropped, and it came from a place nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. And boom, this is where the whole thing just goes completely off the rails. Police arrest a 22-year-old suspect, Tyler Robinson, and his own grandma, Debbie Robinson, drops this absolute bombshell. The guy who allegedly assassinated a MAGA icon comes from a family of Republicans? Yeah, that was my reaction too. Just, what? This one quote completely shatters that initial narrative. All of a sudden, this simple story of political violence turns into a totally bizarre mystery. So, who exactly is this family? Well, let's meet the Robinsons, because the truth is, this family tree isn't just Republican adjacent, it's like planted right in the heart of MAGA world. And get this, the connections are deep. The suspect's dad, a self-described Republican for Trump. Both parents, yep, registered Republicans. One of his brothers is called a gun-toting, cowboy-loving kid. And the final, insane twist? It was his own father who turned him into the police. This isn't just a Republican family, this is the whole shebang. Which brings us right back to the man at the center of it all, Tyler Robinson. If he grew up surrounded by all this, what could possibly be his motive? The family is MAGA, so all eyes turn directly to him, and the story just keeps getting weirder. And this is where the guy becomes a total enigma. On one hand, you have his grandma insisting he's the shyest person you'd ever meet and that he never talked politics. But then you have the governor of Utah saying, nope, Tyler had become more political and even told another family member he didn't like Kirk's viewpoints. So, which is it? And here is the kicker. For a guy who had supposedly become more political, guess how many times he actually voted in the last two general elections? A big, fat 0. He's registered as unaffiliated and cast no ballots. That doesn't exactly scream passionate political operative, does it? And just when you thought it couldn't get any more confusing, check this out. A photo from 2017 shows him dressed as Donald Trump for Halloween, but his face is painted green. What does that even mean? Was it a joke, a meme, a weird tribute? Your guess is as good as mine with this guy. So after looking at all of this, one thing becomes crystal clear. That initial, easy narrative of a simple left versus right political hit, it completely falls apart. The facts just do not fit. It's messy, it's contradictory, and it just defies any simple explanation. This isn't a headline you can understand in a single tweet. The story here is so much more complex and, frankly, personal than anyone first thought. Which leaves us with this final, haunting question. Was this really a political assassination driven by some bizarre, twisted ideology we can't even define? Or are we looking at something else entirely? A deeply troubled person and a tragic family implosion that just happened to crash into the world of politics. So what do you think is the real story here? I seriously want to know. Drop your best theory in the comments below, and if you want more explainers that cut through all the noise, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.